Back out in the woods again for another excellent backpacking trip. The weather is awesome, naturally. I don't really go when it's not. If I don't get a clean 5-day forecast, I usually wait. I've come up here just forever and I've never seen this pool back here. It's just a short distance from where I camp. My site remains untouched and my stick is still in place. This is truly the type of camping hiking you want to do. Flowered meadows, tall trees, pure blue sky. This is what it's about, being here instead of in the center of the city. To help people get past this beautiful meadow, they've laid a corduroy road. I love things like this. If you're going to make a human path out in the woods, do it in such a manner that looks natural. I got the term corduroy road from Jeep over at Econo Challenge. Make sure and go and see his site. He has a lot of great backpacking stuff, gear reviews and the like. Also, he's got a lot of stove reviews. Some of the stoves he made himself. Go to the Econo Challenge channel. Jeep is a professional outdoorsman and a great guy to boot. Also, go see John over at Intense Angler. Great channel, great guy. The water is still a little bit too high to step on rocks and go across. But over there, I think I got a real shot. That area right there. And then see if there's a way to make my way past that little trickle. If you have a small dome tent like this that typically features the sleeves that you have to slide the poles through, you can cheat the system, put your poles on the outside like I've done by utilizing just a few clips. Instead of putting the pole inside the sleeve, put these little mini carabiner clips on the loops. You can fashion loops or you can make your own, and put the frame on the outside. That way you can raise the tent up and click it into place utilizing the clip system, which takes up a lot less room. You're not sliding the whole pole out of the sleeve, and you know, as you're sliding the pole out of the sleeve, they separate, and I really hate that. So this is a cool modification to the sleeve pole style system, that you can turn it more into the more expensive half dome and half dome 2 type tents. If you'd like to do what I like to do, then perhaps you might like to have ramen stuffing. The stuffing is in your eating container, of course. The ramen in your cozy with 1.5 cups of water. Don't pour the seasoning packet in it, because you need to pour the water unseasoned into the stuffing. Use the cozy because it's hot. Then mix it up. Mix it up good so that you get down into the bottom, or the water is not going to make it to all of those dry places. Mix your stuffing with the hot water and then cover it for the 5 minutes. And then your ramen noodles are ready to eat while you're waiting for your stuffing to reconstitute. And you can pour your seasoning packet into the noodles. Sometimes if that's a little bit too strong without the extra water, you can pour only half the seasoning packet. And what I like to do is zip it up, except for a small portion, fill it with air, and then just roll it around. Mix all the flavor of the seasoning packet, massage it a little bit, until the noodles seem to be uniform in color. Then, when you're ready to eat, put it back in the cozy and fashion a pair of chopsticks out of a couple of sticks, because it is exceedingly difficult to eat ramen with a spoon. And there you go. When this is done, you can pour the ramen right on top and eat everything out of the same bowl. This is what it's all about, walking in the woods, especially these nice meadows. It's coming on late afternoon right now. It is 7 o'clock-ish. And I'm going to walk back to my site and kick back with a couple coldies. That's right, I said coldies because I prefer quality over quantity. I'm not walking 20 miles a day, so I'm not that far from the city. I'm not beat and tired, which is another reason I can't sleep. Have a few silver bullets and you can I can relax. It helps you to relax. I can get a little bit of sleep. And I'm always worried about the bears. So I'm more prepared now for the bears than I was before, actually. Because I went ahead and spent the $35 for the bear spray. Comes in a pretty useless little carrying container. You recognize the usual bear spray label. You just yank this clip off, you give it a blast, and it serves a very important purpose. It associates discomfort with the presence of humans. Bears have unfortunately habitualized. They've made human food a habit. And even though humans don't smell like food, they know full well that the smell of a human means the presence of food. See, they've made that connection. So if you can make another important connection by providing discomfort, it's non-lethal, it's not permanent, then you can create an important association of discomfort and the presence of humans so that they will stay away. You may have noticed this piece of crap around my neck. It's not a flea collar for cats. Neither is this or this. These are bug bands. You can get them at Walmart. This is the perfect place and the time of year. This is early summer in the Sierra Nevadas, up in the area of Huntington Lake, California. Skeeters are about, and they're not horrible because of the severe lack of rainfall. This winter was so pathetic, you can't even imagine. The snow barely covered the ground. Up here, 7,326 feet. The bug bands, I'm trying them out. They smell funny. I don't like wearing bracelets. I got this thing around my wrist. I'm always fiddling and fidgeting with it. It's distracting me, especially this one around my neck. I feel like a dog collar. I feel like I should be scratching for fleas. It glows in the dark. For all its glow-in-the-dark nuance, the thing it doesn't do is stop mosquitoes from biting you. They've been all up and down my arms. You can't see, but I've been swatting and smashing, and I can still hear them. You know, they make that buzz noise around your ear. I can still hear that. It's not working. So I have a bug netting. They come in green and they come in black. The bug net that goes over your hat and the bill that keeps it away from your face so that the mosquitoes can't bite through it on your face. Get the black ones. The green ones are hard to see through. Any little light that comes and shines on you casts a green glow in front of your face, and it's just very difficult. Get the black ones, and they work. Not too bad. This is when the skeeters would be chewing me up. They'd be landing on the top of my head and discussing whether or not they want to eat me here or carry me off home and share me with the family. So not so bad, but it's not because of these. These don't work. It's just because they're not real heavy right now. Fortunately. See how it goes. On YouTube is the instructions for making smoke signals. Apparently, you just take a ping pong ball, cut a little slit in it, cut up 3 or 4 more ping pong balls, and stuff the pieces in here so it's full of ping pong plastic. Put it in some aluminum foil, put your finger on it, and then bring the aluminum foil up around your finger, give it a good squeeze, like that, and when you pull it out, you've got a little smokestack right there. Well, it's time to see if this works. Not everything on YouTube works. We'll try to see if it works. Yeah, it does. It puts off a great big cloud. There's not a lot of breeze, so the cloud's not moving very far. But that is sufficient cloud smoke. Doesn't last that long, but it works. Another thing I'm prepared to do about the mosquitoes, another experiment, aside from the dorky cat collars, is to make a mosquito trap that's going to draw all the mosquitoes in the area to one place. Mosquitoes are attracted to carbon dioxide. So, 2 liter, is it 2 liter? Yeah, 2 liter bottle, cut in half, used to look like that. You're going to put, I don't know, the measurements aren't precise, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and some water, not too much water, just to come up to the underside of that, the spout when you turn it upside down and put it in. So put some, I don't know, 1/2 cup or so. This is all experimental here. You need the sugar in the water because then you're going to put some yeast. You can use whatever brand you want. This is high active yeast. You can use regular active yeast. The yeast needs to metabolize on the sugar. And just take, not all this, you know, but just take a little bit of yeast and put the yeast in there. You don't need to stir it up, you don't need to mix it up, and then put this in there, just like that. And then you set it out, and then the mosquitoes, the carbon dioxide comes out the hole, the mosquitoes go in, and they drown in there. I'm going to set it over here and see if I can catch any. Alas, night falls on the quickly darkening forest. You know, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but you know, all this camouflage utilities. I didn't have the honor to serve in the military, but I love the bushes and I love being out in the bushes. And the best way to honor the bushes is to look like bushes. So that's why I wear it. Plus, being the beginning of mosquito season, you need the sleeves, and these things are tough. Mosquitoes can't bite through that. I haven't noticed any of them bite through successfully, and that means that you only have to goop up the mosquito repellent just in a few places, your ears, you know, your hands, here, there, and wherever, and not everywhere. So that's where I wear the camouflage. I'm not hiding, I'm not playing tactical, and an important thing, my videos are about backpacking, hiking, camping, doing it yourself. They're about wilderness, self-reliance, and the wise utilization of resource. Not survival, not when it all hits the fan. I don't care about that. We are really good at preparing for the tragedies that never come. So we got the bug out bag by the door, ready to grab and go. One in the trunk of the car, just in case. We're great at preparing for just in case. It just never happens. But what has the opportunity to happen every weekend is to come out here and practice your practices and principles. Use your cook system. Use smart fire building. Different kinds of shelters and things. So this is not survival. This is recreational. I'm not accidentally out here and I'm not stranded. So I'm out here to have fun. Except for the bears. I'm scared of the bears. I don't usually make a fire, but stupid idiot me, guess what I did? Went down to go filter some water and fell in. Yep, I fell in the river. So now I got my side drying out close to this colorful blue and green fire. And if you're going to make a fire, do what I did and dig a pit. Because with a pit, then you can shovel the dirt back over it, you can cover it up real nice, and that's what I plan to do. Don't leave unsightly fire scars at your campsite. Make sure that everything gets buried. You just shovel this over, and after you make sure it's out, of course, and then it's gone, and it's done. Well, I've been sitting by this fire now, good, I don't know, half hour or so, and my clothes are dry from falling in the river. Now the only trick is keeping it lit. But at least I can sleep in my clothes, because generally when you backpack you do. You sleep in your clothes. So that's great. My biggest concern was staying dry. So now that I'm dry, I'll be able to stay warm also. Morning at last. Boy, it was a rough one. The tent situation, no sleep. But that's normal for me. As the day opens, I did so much yesterday, I'm trying to think about what I can do today. I've got the greatest playground in the world to play in, and all day to figure it out. Very cool. The deer come right through. Well, it's been an absolutely magnificent weekend. Got everything all packed up. Time to move along, see what else I can find. Thanks for joining me. We got everything all packed up. Time to move along, see what else I can find. Thanks for joining me. Had a great time. The tent modification, clipping it to the already erect frame, worked great. It wasn't as stretched tight as it would have been otherwise, but it's a lot easier to let down. And after roughing it in the woods, a little simplicity is not a bad thing. Thanks.